Maneater is a game from Tripwire Interactive and Blindside Interactive, which is kind of fairly new to Xbox Game Pass, though it came out last year. Now, you saw me do a first impression stream of this, and the truth is I actually completed this game about a month back, save for the final boss, whom I only put off defeating for achievement Microsoft reward reasons. And I am now just simply revisiting to get some clips and give my final thoughts.
Von Jog Vlog.
So much of what you see here is going to be kind of end-game or post-game. Now, the story is pretty simple, and I like the presentation of this looking like something like Deadliest Catch. Like, it's a show you can imagine being on Discovery. They're following this guy, Scaley Pete, who hunts sharks. He catches one whom you were playing as in the tutorial, brutally extracts its young pup and slices it, and gets a little bit of comeuppance immediately. And now you are that pup growing up to get your revenge on Scaley Pete and his fam, who may not necessarily deserve it. The challenge in this sandbox title is only early and end game. There is much swath in between in which you are almost unkillable and will not face any real challenge. Because this has the conflict of level progression. You keep getting stronger, and now you can whoop ass. Okay, it's not enough to say now you can jump high and get the collectibles that were out of reach. You now have a moveset that allows you to do a barrel roll and annihilate about anything with avoiding damage. You get some thrill or excitement out of initially eating people, but this quickly becomes tiresome once it becomes apparent that hunting parties no longer pose a threat to you, and any apex predators in the sea are kind of just busy work. Damage sponge mini-bosses. And I hope you like this splash screen, because you're going to be seeing it a lot. Anytime you change locations, you're going to get this loading screen. And it may not even be that apparent. You may think you're still in the Gulf, and you're going over to the coastline, and oh wait, no, maybe you were, maybe you weren't. You just turn around real quick, and now you got a long loading screen. The destructive power, though outdated on the Unreal 4 engine, is still can offer some excitement. But again, this is stuff mostly you're going to be getting excited about early on in the game, when there is still some challenge and still some kind of sense of, whoa, where could this be going? What kind of challenge awaits? Maybe I can get into these crates someday when I'm bigger, only to find the same stuff you always find. Now, I do appreciate Chris Parnell, SNL alum, as the narrator for what is essentially our shark show on Discovery Channel. Chris must have been handed a novel to read, because there are so many lines for every single thing you do in this game.
I have one of those new pop-up tub stoppers at home, and let me tell you, those things are just a magnet for hair and debris.
And seldom do they really get that repetitive. Now, I do like to offer some final boss guidance, and in this battle with Scaley Pete and his repurposed World War II era ship, you're going to get some torpedoes flying at you. This is going to be the first time you see this in the game. It's really quite simple. You want to try to snatch the torpedo on Xbox, that's with your right trigger, and then tail whip it back at Scaley Pete. Use this at range to knock out his ship. You're going to need to do this because he has some electrical equipment in there, and the field electrocutes you if you get too close. So yeah, try to keep your distance, eat the torpedoes, whip them back. Done. And then you get the slightly anticlimactic cutscene at the end there, but I guess that's the way this needed to go. I give Maneater a 7.0 out of 10.
You just watched a video from my son. He's about 40 and lives in my basement, ladies. So subscribe her and notify the bell for ringing. Okay, I said what you wanted me to say. Now do the goddamn dishes.